Alright, today we're going to talk about graphing a function. So let's go ahead and get started. So we already know how to make a function table. So if this is our function table, we know that these are given our x's, our domains, are otherwise known as our independent variables. Now we take those x values, we plug them into our equation, then solve the equation, we get our y, and then we use our x and our y to get our ordered pair. So after I do all that, that's what I'm going to look like. So all I did was I plugged my -3 in, plugged my 1 in, plugged my 2 in, plugged my 4 in. So then in the y column I just solved it. So 2 times -3 is -6, plus 3 is -3. And then right here we have -3, -3, 1, 5, 2, 7, 4, 11. So that's how I got all that stuff. Alright, so after you've completed your function table, you just need to follow these steps in order to graph the function. So step 1 is we're going to use the values you got in your XY column to plot your data. So these are my data points. So first one I'm going to do is -3, -3. So that makes me go 3 left and 3 down, and then 1, 5, 1 to the right, 5 up, 2, 7, 2 right, 7 up, and 4, 11, 4 to the right, and 11 up. So there's where my points are going to be. Alright, so after I graph my points, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect my dots to form my line. So there's my line right there. And so now this line represents this function. And now any point on this line will make this function true. So if we, let's say we look at this point over here, -1, 1, that we have a intersection with the line, so we can tell what that is. So I can plug that into my equation up here and see if that worked, because it should, because it's right on the line. So if I had y equals 2x plus 3, I'm saying whenever I plug in a -1 for my x, I'm going to get a 1 out, because that's what my points are right here. So 2 times -1 plus 3, so 2 times -1 is -2, plus 3 is +1. So when I plugged in a -1, I got out a 1. Alright, so that's how that works. Alright, so let's take a look at this. We got y equals 1/3 x minus 2. So first thing you always do is we plug in our x values. So I gave those to you. So we got a -9, a -3, a 0, and a +3. Alright, so multiplying by 1/3 is the same as dividing by 3. So if I want to multiply by 1/3, and the reason that is because we can use the multiplicative inverse property. So remember, you can change multiplication to division, and when you do that, it just flips the fraction over, so 3 over 1. So multiplying by 1/3 is the same thing as dividing by 3. So 1/3 times -9 is -3. -3 minus 2 is -5. 1/3 times -3 is -1, minus 2 is -3. 1/3 times 0 is 0, minus 2 is -2. And then 1/3 times 3 is 1, 1 minus 2 is -1. Alright, so now I can get my ordered pairs. So this is going to be a -9, -5, a -3, -3, a 0, -2, and a 3, -1. Alright, now just plot our points. So -9, -5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. -3, -3 means 3 left and 3 down. 0, -2 means we stay here and just go down 2. And then 3, 1 means 3 to the right, 1 down. Alright, so now I can graph my point, or graph my line. So we are going to go, let's say from here, and we'll connect through our points. So there would be our line. Alright, let's look at a number. Alright, so substitute in 2 times -2 plus 1, 2 times -1 plus 1, 2 times 0 plus 1, 2 times 1 plus 1, and 2 times 2 plus 1. So solve this out. 2 times -2 is -4, plus 1, -3. This one's going to be a -1. This one's going to be a 1. This one's going to be a 3, and this one's going to be a 5. So we're going to have a -2, -3, -1, -1, 0, 1, 1, 3, and 2, 5. So go ahead and plot them. So this is 2 left, 3 down. That's what -2, -3 is. -1, -1, 0, 1, 1, 3, and 2, 5. Alright, so then we're just going to do our line here and go through all our points, and I have my line. Alright, go ahead and try this one by yourself. When you're ready, go ahead and come back and we'll check it and see how you did. Alright, welcome back. So we're just going to substitute in all the stuff I have for my domain, or otherwise known as my x value. So solve it out, and then write down my coordinates. And then I'm just going to plot out my points. So the first one is -2, -8, so it's the left 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down. And then we have -1, -4, so that's going to be right here. And then 0, 0, then 1, 4, and then 2, 8. Alright, so that is how we graph a linear equation. So all we do is we make our function table and then just graph the points and then connect them with a line.